Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about sex. That's one of the songs that used to be sung. I don't know the whole of it, but it's a good start for sex education, particularly pornography. It sounds funny, and then when it's sung by me, of course, it's weird. But this is serious business. I want to talk about sex and I want to talk about pornography in particular. Now, do I need to define sex? Yes, of course. For the sake of those young and old who use Google for answers and are hit by a wave of answers that come in terms of pornographic contents just at the click of a mouse or a touch of a screen or even a touch of a button. That's how easily pornography is accessible nowadays. And this is where the danger is, because both sex and pornography are as addictive like any addictive substance, for example, drugs and alcohol. I think they fall in the same category. So we need to talk about it. And I'm going to draw a line between sex and pornography by highlighting maybe some good things and some bad things between these two sensations. I call them sensations because that's what I think they are. Sex within this context will refer to coitus, which has a Latin origin of coming together or uniting, or sexual intercourse as we may know it. It used to be between a man and a woman by definition in the dictionary, but we know that reality is no longer true because it can be between two people or it can be between a person and some gadgets, including the computers or technology. That is our modern world. That's the way things are. And we need to talk about these things. By the way, is sex bad? And why do people have sex? Sex is natural because our brains are wired to sex. We think about it, we talk about it, and it just happens that it's there. It happens. And sex is not bad, of course. And according to various studies, sex is practiced for various reasons that can be physical, emotional, social, cultural, spiritual, and the list is endless. And these reasons can include pleasure, stress relief, exercise, curiosity, attraction, exploration, reproduction, love, commitment, gratitude, security, a sense of duty, or even pressure. I mean, people can be pressured to take part in sex. Now, the reasons can go on and on and on and on. However, as we say, sex is good when it is safe, harmless, and consented. This brings me back to the topic of pornography. Is sex and pornography the same thing? Of course not. We have seen the definition of sex. Now, on the other hand, pornography is defined as printed or visual materials containing explicit descriptions or displays of sexual organs or sexual activities, and these are intended to stimulate sexual excitement. Although the actions may seem real and exciting, most often it's staged or acted. Regardless of where it's happening, most of the time it is staged and acted. Pornography is an industry just like any other industry. Movie industry, media industry, it is an industry. All these may seem safe, harmless, and consented. However, that's not always the case. There are many issues with it. There are so many issues with the pornography. It is not safe for the mind, body, and soul. It's not safe for your computer or your phone either. Once you get hooked on it, it is very difficult to get free. The images we see flood the mind. The mind triggers the body wants more. The harm may seem minimal initially, but the eyes want to see more. The body wants to seek more pleasure, and the cycle continues. The whole being is trapped. Unfortunately, most pornographic materials do not show safe sexual practices. Sex is portrayed as clean and safe. However, we know that there are sexually transmitted dangers lurking everywhere. For those who take it out of the screen to realities, these dangers are very real. Viruses and bacteria, as we know, they exist, and microorganisms will care less about your pleasures because they will care about their own survival. They will spread and they are deadly. Children, can access pornographic material at a young age. It starts out of curiosity. Children who have internet access, of course, can access pornographic material from their mobile phones or from their computers. They no longer need the consent from their parents. They may not be wanting to ask their teachers or friends what sex is about, and they end up clicking on their phones or on the internet or on their computers, and they end up being flooded by these pornographic contents, pornographic materials everywhere. Now, they just Google it and they fall into the trap, and once they are hooked, they are trapped. Pornographic sites also bombard the viewer with more and more material. Some of these materials are illegal, some of them are totally wrong and unimaginable ones. I don't even want to discuss them here because they're so upsetting. So I'll leave that. Any person can be lured into the industry to watch or to take part because it looks glamorous, it looks good, it looks fantastic. Although watching is a choice, some people can be forced into the industry, particularly those who are taking part. We do not know their backgrounds. We do not know how they ended up taking part in those activities. So we could be promoting people trafficking. We could be promoting forced sex. We could be promoting illegal sex, including rape. We don't know. It could be happening. Your computer and your phone can also be attacked by malicious viruses and cookies that flood in when you click on this pornographic material. I could go on and on the dangers, but I have to stop somewhere because I would like to know if you've been affected by pornography or if you found a way to get out of pornography, because we may be helping countless people who have been caught up in this trap. So maybe in the next discussion, we may be able to discuss deeper, but this will be dependent on how much people want to talk about this issue.